All right, Shalom. This is Shalomah from the Great Millstone Atlanta Church. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Also, double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, safety, much love, and blessings to the elect of Israel. So I want to go into just different stories in the news between yesterday and today. By the way, today is Thursday, July 29th. Wanted to make sure I had the date correct. Thursday, July the 29th. It's really hot outside. It's been pretty decent weather. You know, it's been raining, but it's been a lot of different spirits, especially bad spirits out. Because, you know, when the weather is nice, you know, we go into more evil times because there's more people out partying, you know, having fun, drinking, doing drugs, whatever they do nowadays to have fun. And with that, also crime increases. So, like I was saying, between today and yesterday in the news, it's been a lot of crime. Like, I've never seen it ever like this before. And I've been living in this city my whole life. So just to talk about a few stories, and then I'm going to go into the scriptures. And of course, you know, let people know, or the listeners know, what times we're headed into. I can't even say that we're heading into those times because we're in those times now. So basically the scriptures are going to speak, let you know what times we're in, and everything is only going to get worse. Before I go into it, I want to get Matthew chapter 24 and verse 10. And this is the spirit that's going on now, especially in these popular cities. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 10, it says, "And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many." A lot of those false prophets are men that know somewhat of the truth, that teach, that know that they're Israelites, there are Israelites, but they're deceiving the people. You know, the men that go out doing, you know that they're Israelites, different camps, but they have like a violent spirit upon them. You know, rap videos, looking like gangsters, carrying guns. That's not the spirit we're supposed to be into. We're supposed to be in the spirit of being humble and basically allowing Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah to fight all of our battles and to keep us safe in these times. Not going out looking like you're the one that's doing the crime. Like a lot of these prophets, or men that call themselves prophets these days, you know, Esau is going to roll on you real hard. So I'm not going to talk about any names. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to keep going. It says, "The love of many shall wax slacky." I'm going to go back to 11. "And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many." And other false prophets, you know, are these religions. Actually, they're not even prophesying. They're lying to you. They're like fortune tellers in the churches. You know, I don't even know. I can't even think about what they're talking about in the church right now. Besides singing old school gospel songs and women in there twerking, and I don't know. It's the churches, the Christian church is filthy right now, and very deceiving. You know, they're basically in business right now to make money off of people. And that's a known fact. That's not my opinion. Verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what time we're in right now. Iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And there's some really cold hearts out here, some cold spirits, some cold demons out here. A lot of these, I'm gonna go ahead and go talk about some of the stories. I can't pull it up because I've done it before, and my videos were clipped because of that, and I got strikes. So I'm not gonna go into the actual stories from the news websites, but I am gonna talk about them. So they found men fighting, shooting each other up in different parts of the city, different parts where there's normally a low crime. As a matter of fact, in Norcross, I was actually out in Norcross with some brothers last night, and right before that particular incident happened, not too far from that area where two men was fighting in an apartment complex, and I want to say they shot each other, or either one shot the other one and killed them. But I know one person died. So that's just one thing that I saw. Actually, that was breaking news right before I started this video. Down in East Point, there's somebody fighting the police. A couple of officers got hurt. I'm not sure if that guy has been arrested or shot or whatever, because it was an ongoing story. It was like happening at the moment. People are crazy right now. You know, people have this cold heart about themselves, and a lot of it is the music, the movies. Most of it is music that they're pushing on our people. You can't even really listen to the radio now. You have to listen to jazz or old school stations. It ain't even too many old school stations, because they may play some old school gangster hip hop. You might try and turn on an old school station and damn NWA is playing or something. You know, still putting that rebellious violent spirit on people. Also, a few more stories. There was a woman found behind a shopping center. They say that was the second body. She was 18 years old. Somebody killed her and dumped her body back there. Before that, there was another one in the same shopping center. I believe it was the same shopping center, because they said it was a second body discovered. Also, it was a woman somewhere in the metro area. They didn't give too much information. Shot up in her car in front of another store. And there was a woman found stabbed, or they said her body was dismembered. So they probably killed her and the dog and cut both of them up and dumped them at the park. And that's a big story that's going on. That was in Piedmont Park. And that woman happens to be a member of the alphabet community. You know, so they're gonna blow that story all out of proportion, because those people have more rights and have more recognition than anyone else, because of how this place, how they push these different wicked lifestyles, especially on our people. So that's another story. Also, not too far from my house, I want to say about 2 miles away from where I live, apart, there was a woman found stabbed. She was found shot multiple times. She was also 18 years old. So the Lord is bringing hella judgment. And those are like just top stories. There are a lot of stories of, you know, regular men being shot, Jake being shot up, you know, that don't get too much recognition. That happens so often that it's not even talked about as much. As a matter of fact, the story I was talking about the men in Norcross, the only reason why that story got pushed because it's in an area where there's not much violence. So hey, we have to lean on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in these times. These are the worst times. You know, the Lord is bringing judgment on old people, young people. Look at these two women that was found, 18 years old. You know, just out there. You know, the Lord is not playing, especially there's no telling what these women did. These women could have scoffed at the word. I'm not saying that they did that, but you know, a lot of people do, and they're marking themselves. Anytime you come across the truth and you scoff at it or you laugh at it, you marking yourself for judgment. Scriptures say no one dies being innocent, and if you get caught up in a horrible death like that, that was judgment. As a matter of fact, Micah chapter 7 and verse 10, I believe. It says, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she is trodden down as the mire of the streets." So a lot of these women, like I said, they could have scoffed at the word, and that judgment hit. You know, that's straight up judgment. So we need to have that spirit of hold on, let me get it because I don't want to mess it up. I want to say it's Isaiah chapter 12. Right, this whole chapter. Actually, there's a lot of scriptures in Psalms, Proverbs that talks about how the Lord being your salvation, especially in times like this. I'm just going to read verse 2. It says, "Behold, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for the Lord Yahweh is my strength and my song. He is also become my salvation." You know, so hey, the Lord is the only one that can deliver us in these times. The Lord is the only one bringing judgment. The Lord is the only one bringing the plagues, bringing the famine that's about to hit. Civil war, nuclear war. These are things are of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And he's gonna lift up his men in these times. It's gonna be known who the men of the Lord are in these times. Scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, they're gonna take hold of the skirt of he that is a Jew. You know, not just from the tribe of Judah, but all 12 tribes. Since I'm in Isaiah, let me get I'm gonna go to Isaiah chapter 32, and verse 2. It says, "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." You know, so hey, the men of the Lord are gonna be the hiding places in those days. Men of the Lord are gonna lead great multitudes. So hey, also the scriptures I didn't get it in Matthew 24. It says, "He that endure to the end shall be saved." So it's time to endure. So with that, once again, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom to the elect.